my name is Hope and welcome back to my channel. I like musicals, they're a big part of my life. Today I'm going to be playing a game. So this is more than definitely not an original idea, however I don't know where I got it from because it just magically popped into my head yesterday and I was like, sure, why not? But basically what I'm going to be doing is I have a list of musicals that I know virtually nothing about and I'm going to be trying to guess the plot. And that's pretty much what I'm doing today. If you don't know me, I'm Hope. This is my channel. It's all about musicals, so if you like musicals you might still stick around because that's literally all this channel is about. But, if you're gonna like this video, you can like it. But without further ado, let's get into it. Just a quick preface, I do not know any of the plot and this is totally my guess, so this is probably not what they're actually about. But if you don't want to know what they're actually about, you can obviously Google them. But the first musical is 9 to 5. Now I think 9 to 5 is about someone on a 9 to 5 job. So obviously the music of Dolly Parton, so it's probably like a pretty old moral story. So I bet it's about a woman who's working as like a secretary to this dude and she falls in love with him and then I don't know, he turns out to be a douche and then she either ends up with someone else, probably like some awkward guy that she didn't expect to end up with like in the company because she's probably quite boisterous and loud, or like she ends up being like, I don't need a man, stuff you. I don't know, I feel like that seems like a reasonable thing. And let's guess character names as well. So maybe the main character's name is like Julie and like the businessman is called like David, like Rick, something old. And they fall in love but then he turns out to be like a douchebag, so they break up and then that's what it's about. Okay, the next one is American Idiot. The only thing I know about American Idiot is based off the musical of Green Day, which is like, I don't even know what kind of music Green Day produced. Is it like rock, like punky rock? And it's like angsty teen stuff. So it's probably about some teenage boys and it's probably like got like a dark theme, like something to do with like, I don't know, drugs. And there's probably a girl in it somewhere and he's like, there's this group and they all like the same girl or something, I don't know. And like then they just all get addicted to drugs and that's about it. Like a modern day Spring Awakening, just with like less of sexual awakening and like more of like a drug awakening. And the main character's name will be Henry. Henry was the first name that came into my head. Henry, sure, why not? The next one is Big Fish. I think Big Fish, I don't know, maybe has something to do with fish. Look at this couple and they live on a farm and like the man is like a fisherman and maybe they fall in love and it's another love story. The man would be called John and the woman would be called Sandra. I feel like I've heard that somewhere but that might be something completely different. Yeah, and he probably turns out to be a douche again but then they like reconcile and they fall in love and they live happily ever after on their farm. Because why not? Okay, the next one is First Date. I'm guessing First Date is about a first date and they're probably like, they've never met each other before, they're like complete opposites and then the story is about them like falling in love and there's definitely gonna be like some conflict, like, I don't know, like the guy has like an ex-girlfriend who comes into it and then they're like, oh, I didn't mean to ruin it, and then they reconcile and they fall in love again. Like pretty much every story I'm guessing is ending. And the girl would be called Jane and the man would be called Adam. I'm really curious to know how close I am. I have a feeling I'm not close at all, but we'll find out. Okay, the next one is Hair. I have a feeling Hair isn't about hair. I think it's set in like 70s America. So they're all hippies and they're all a bit wayward because they're all on like drugs. And the story would be about this group who are trying to get like indoctrinate people into their religion. Sure, I know they all get naked but I don't really know why they would do that. And the main character would be a man and his name would be Michael. I don't know. I really don't. We'll go with Michael. Sure, why not? Next musical is 9. 9 is about 9 women who are all after the same man and they're willing to do pretty much anything to get it. They all come from like different backgrounds and they all are like sexy women, I don't know, and this man has to like pick because they're all trying to like fight for his love. And then I don't know, maybe they like all turn around and are like, why are we all after this man? He's probably a douchebag. But yeah, and the man's name would be I don't think my name I've already used. William, sure. And I'm not gonna name the 9 women, so I'm just gonna pick like 3 names. We'll have Tracy, Nicole, and Rachel. Sure, why not? The next show is title of show. I'm guessing this show is probably very meta and like self-aware. So like, I think there's like 4 main characters, and I could be mixing it up with something else though, because I think Susan Blackwell and Heidi Blickenstaff are in it, and they have the same names, but I have no idea who the men are. And like, the men are like the main characters, and they're like businessmen, and these 2 are like their wives, and like it's about, maybe it's like really messy, maybe it's about 2 men writing a show about a show, if that makes any sense. Yeah, so it's about 2 men writing a show, and they're in the show that they're writing, like maybe, I don't know. And the 2 male characters, so we have Heidi and Susan, we have Jacob and Thomas. And the last show, I'm gonna be guessing, is You're in Town. You're in Town is about a town full of poor people that look like the Newsies from Newsies, but are not, because You're in Town is a made-up place and probably has something to do with urine. So it's probably like a love story, like a man and a woman, and they live in this town called You're in Town, and probably like their main asset is, I don't know, maybe they like build toilets, or like they invent toilets, and that's like their trading thing, hence the name of the town. And they like have to choose between like staying with love and like finding something new and adventurous and going outside, and they eventually decide like they're gonna go their separate ways, this like random couple, and they're gonna go off and they're gonna find a new adventure basically. But yeah, they're my guesses. Was I close? Probably not. But anyway, with that, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if you know any of the plots of these shows, or you've googled any of the plots of these shows to tell me how close I was, because I genuinely don't know. If you like this video, you can like it and subscribe if you feel like it. I am slowly on my way to 1,000 subscribers, and that would be really cool. So, you know, anything that can help me out would be great. But with that, keep enjoying musicals as much as me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.